Red Sox signed Danny Santana to a minor league deal with a spring training invitation. So Danny Santana, we know he's a super utility man. We know he's bounced around the league a lot as the 31-year-old in his career, but he's a good player to have on your roster. And now the Red Sox once again get a guy who could play multiple positions for their team. Santana plays outfield, short, first, and second. And they also signed Marlon Gonzalez earlier in the offseason, who plays all those positions as well. So Danny Santana, the last few seasons he's been on Atlanta and the Texas Rangers. In 2018 with the Atlanta Braves for Santana, he didn't play much that year, only 15 games, 32 plate appearances, no home runs, 2 RBIs, 179 batting average, 281 on base, a 286 slugging, and a 567 OPS. But 2019 was probably the best season of Santana's career. 130 games with Texas, 511 plate appearances, 28 home runs, 81 RBIs, 21 stolen bases, a 283 batting average, a 324 on base, 534 slugging, and an 857 OPS. And then last season he only played 15 games with the injuries for Texas, 1 homer, 7 RBIs, 145 batting average, a 238 on base, 273 slugging, and a 511 OPS. So Danny Santana 2 seasons ago, we saw him have the huge year for Texas, but last year he was injured, and I think those numbers were inflated as well, playing in a great hitters ballpark in 2019, 81 home games in Texas. But now he signs with the Boston Red Sox, and it'll be his 4th team in his major league career. And he's been around 8 years. And Boston, it's a rebuilding type of season for them for the most part. Santana, though, he's a good player. That's a utility player. He'll get his opportunities and play all over the diamond, him and Marlon Gonzalez. And on the season, they're projecting the 30-year-old Santana to have 336 plate appearances, 15 home runs, 47 RBIs, 10 stolen bases for Santana, 250 batting average, a 310 on base, a 461 slugging, and a 771 OPS. So those are pretty decent numbers. And those numbers are projections of a player who's going to play 4 or 5 times a week, which I definitely could see Santana do here for this Boston Red Sox team. And as far as fantasy baseball goes, he's a player you keep an eye on, but you don't draft in your drafts in the upcoming weeks or month here before the season starts, because I don't know if he's going to be starting. It's still a spring training invitation, but I still think he'll make the ball club with his versatility. And only 2 seasons ago, hitting 28 home runs, even though it was in Texas, it's still 28 home runs in the major league. So Santana signs a deal here with Boston, and we'll see what he does for the Red Sox and if he could have any fantasy value heading into this season.